Oscar De La Hoya recently reached out to Alexander Volkanovski and criticized the UFC for not paying him what he's worth. He tweeted, "Hey Alexander Volkanovski, you just won a brutal battle for our UFC and made 1/20th of what you're worth. At Dana White, have some respect for yourself and these fighters and pay these warriors what they deserve." Dana White responded back saying, "Shut the f up, you crackhead, faking that you had COVID and robbing me of watching you get knocked out by Vitor Belfort. You should win an Academy Award for your hospital performance." Oscar De La Hoya responded back to Dana White on his Instagram stories with the caption, "That's all you got at Dana White? You accuse me of faking a virus that killed almost 700,000 Americans to avoid a fight? You pathetic piece of You've never even laced up the gloves, and you completely ignored my original point I made about underpaying your fighters." Dana White responded back on his Instagram stories saying, "At Oscar De La Hoya, don't worry about Volkanovski, you clown. He has a team of very intelligent, sophisticated people behind him and he's clearly doing well for himself. If he needs to buy an 8-ball, then maybe he will reach out to you for some guidance. It's no secret you're a liar, drug addict, an all-round scumbag. It doesn't matter that you laced up the gloves, and there's no doubt you accomplished big things in boxing, but out of the ring you're an absolute loser. When you were a one-and-done MMA promoter, you lied about what Chuck and Tito would make and you paid everyone. Not to mention you didn't even take the time to learn the names of the fighters on your card. So leave the fight promoting to me and do the whole world a favor and fight Vitor Belfort so we can all watch you go to sleep." Tyron Woodley recently got the tattoo Jake Paul requested. He posted this on his Instagram with the caption, "I love you son. Now come get this ass whipping cause I heard you've been talking back to your elders. At Jake Paul, man of my word. Where you at?" Jake Paul reacted and posted this on his Instagram stories with the caption, "1. Tyron got the wire from the fight. 2. Tyron bought a used Bentley. 3. Tyron got a call with his accountant. 4. His accountant told him how much he had to pay in taxes. 5. Tyron got the tattoo." After Nick Diaz lost to Robbie Lawler by TKO at UFC 266, MMA reporter Brett Okamoto suggested that Nick Diaz should face Ben Askren next. In an article on ESPN.com he wrote, "If Diaz were to fight again, it has to be an appropriate opponent. And if you look up and down the UFC roster, there really aren't a ton of options. But what if? How about? Can you picture it? Ben Askren? Askren could build a fight against Diaz. Askren is not a striker, he's a grappler. There's a danger in any fight. But as far as safe fights in which we wouldn't expect Diaz to take a ton of damage, Askren would be it. Askren is retired, but would he come back for a fun fight against a legend in Nick? Might be worth an ask." Ben Askren reacted to the article and tweeted, "Don't tempt me with a good time and an easy paycheck." Conor McGregor recently broke down the 3-round middleweight bout between Nick Diaz and Robbie Lawler. He tweeted, "Nick Robb was a good fight. The spin kick at the start gave the ground on Nick, but he was a veteran composed and was peppering lovely shots in. He just ate some big body shots and there was more coming. Robbie was strong to the body. It was a veteran work all round. I enjoyed thoroughly." He followed up with the finishing sequence when the temple was clipped after the leg went. The evasion of the final shot, which was a blistering uppercut, was magic. Look at it. Down on one knee, observing where the shot was coming from. Slip parry, a recente to open guard save, a la daily fight. He ended it off with, "Nate, your boxing is piss compared to Nick's. We've been fed garbage with your sloppy shots the last few years. Can see the clear difference between the two brothers after last night. Balance, composure. Another level the big bro is on to you. I made you." Nate Diaz responded back saying, "You can't fight at all. Remember your leg." After Alexander Volkanovski successfully retained his title at UFC 266, Henry Cejudo reacted and tweeted, "At Dana White, I'm going to take Alexander the Average's soul. Hashtag UFC 266. Alexander Volkanovski at the post-fight press conference responded to Henry Cejudo's tweet.
Henry Cejudo said he's coming back
Henry
to take out Alexander the Average in response to him.
What did he say?
He's coming back to take out Alexander the Average.
No, mate, he's called out everyone. Like, I mean, called out females, he's called out, you know what I mean? Like, what, you actually believe the that comes out of his mouth? Nah, don't worry about him.
Thanks, man.
I'll squash the little germ.
Henry Cejudo responded to Alexander Volkanovski's comments on his Twitter saying, "The real Alexander the Great took over the world at 20. You almost got choked out by a Modelo model. I'm coming for you, fun-size Matt Serra." Rafael dos Anjos has been forced out of his fight with Islam Makhachev due to injury. Islam Makhachev reacted and tweeted, "At Rafael dos Anjos, don't believe that you're injured. Again. Hashtag chicken fever." Rafael dos Anjos responded back saying, "Do you really think I would fake a surgery? Coming out of another terrible injury. Unlike you, I have family that depends on me and I don't have another man paying my bills."
We're back. Much better. I think after like, what, a week? It should be good. Swelling's already dropped down drastically. It's really just, we had to get the wound. It was a little bloody. Woke up with dried up blood all in my beard. But yeah. I'm happy with this, with the results. Didn't get the the finish I wanted, but you know, I had to take what was available, and he wasn't really opening it up, so I had to be smart, had to be safe, and even doing all that, I still ended up eating a knee, you know.
Jorge Masvidal on Rumble names his most memorable fight in his mixed martial arts career.
Most memorable fight? Maybe the shortest one, right? That was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
You know, I would say the most memorable fight, not for me so much, but like, it just every day I talk about this fight. Like, somebody will come up to me, and it could be at a supermarket, it could be anywhere. Somebody will just run up on me like, man, you knocked out Ben Askren's ass out. Look, I was just watching it like yesterday. Look, it's on my YouTube thing. So it's like a constant thing. But one fight though that to me personally is very memorable because it led to that Ben Askren moment. It led to me getting world titles. It led to me doing all the things that I've done that really, really put in my heart and let me know, man, I could do this and at a high level and with the best of them was Yves Edwards. Going into that fight, I was in awe of him. I watched Yves since I was like 14, 15. I saw him rearrange people's faces and teeth numerous times. And then all of a sudden, we end up in the same organization because he's the uncrowned champion at the UFC. Was like 6-0, and then the UFC dropped the 155 division, right? So now all of a sudden, this guy's on the same show that I'm in, which is called Bodog. And I win a fight, and Mike ends up losing a decision to Mike Brown. And all of a sudden, they're wanting to get Yves Edwards another fight to get him back in the mix of things before they send him off to fight more top of savage guys, which I wasn't at the time. I was like, you know, I didn't even have like a world ranking number. I was like 93 in the world or something. Yves Edwards was already a top 15, top 10 guy, top 5 guy in the world, you know. So that fight to me was the fight where I was like, man, this is everything right here. And just the training that it took in that fight to get me ready for all the barriers that I pushed down, you know, like let's say I couldn't run a mile in 7 minutes back then. Going into that Yves Edwards fight, I was running the miles in like 6:30 because the fear of fighting this guy, of getting my face rearranged, was very real. You know, and it wasn't that I was scared of him, but I was scared of the things that could happen if I got tired. I was scared of the things that could happen if I made a mistake. So I trained my ass off like a madman. Thank God I got my hand raised at the end of the day, and that set everything in motion, the journey. Like, I don't need to do anything else. This is it for me right here.
That's what it is. We're taking over. This is only the beginning. It's only the beginning.